Hello, welcome to Cull the Weak Card Talk. I'm Brobner89.
I'm Chaka. Today we're going to talk about an evil twin card called Old Egad. It's a 3-power, 0-armor, cyborg, destroyed, enrage each enemy creature. Usually when people talk about enrage, they're not impressed.
Mm-hmm.
You can still reap if the board is empty on the other side, and it was associated with Worlds Collide, Brobnar, which was a pretty weak house. So that doesn't have a great reputation. Soul Fiddle's considered by a lot of people to be one of the worst artifacts in the game. However, I think Enrage is becoming pretty useful as you deal with, in general, more creatures on the board rather than what was the case in the Call of the Archons days, where it was board clear and play a bunch of actions and steal and pass your turn. So Old Egad, enraging each enemy creature, that can turn off a lot of effects. Like, if I'm able to keep somebody on the board, your Naughty the Thief is off, your Comm Officer Kirby is off, Subject Kirby's off, Harbinger of Doom, I might have to detonate it, Snarette. There are a lot of creatures that really don't want to fight. And by enraging them, the only way they can get rid of it is by fighting. And if you don't have an elusive creature on your side, then they're going to have to fight and take damage. So it's pretty great Amber control, because now those creatures are kind of useless.
Mm-hmm.
And you're potentially doing some creature control. So that's pretty nice. In some cases, it's even better than being stunned, because the creature's just simply gone if it has to fight.
Right.
On the other hand, stun is just unconditional stop. But then after they get rid of the stun, then they're online again.
It's a one-turn stop, as opposed to if you use this, it will die.
Right. So I think it's pretty comparable to if it said stun each enemy creature, which would be an amazing effect. So I actually like this evil twin.
That's interesting, your point about the shift in meta to big boards. I think that's accurate. When Enrage came out, it definitely did not stack up against Coda, which was kind of the dominant set at the time. It really did fall flat. I think this is the first time we've seen an effect that enrages everything.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Right.
Like, you could enrage, one card at a time.
Which is just not that great. Usually you can find one elusive creature or one small power creature, and then you're able to get rid of it, and it's not a huge deal. But enraging everything is definitely going to be a lot more cumbersome. As you said, enraging is not usually something that people get very excited about. So I was not super stoked about this card, but you make a very good point. The meta has shifted, and this is not a Soul Fiddle. This is not a slow down one card for one turn. This is going to turn off the board probably for a while. It's going to be hard for them to figure out how to play around that.
Yeah, at a minimum, they're taking damage. Of course, they're fighting your creatures too, so they're still accomplishing something.
Yeah. How do you think this compares to the non-evil twin, Old Egad, which is 1 power, 2 armor, destroyed, ward each of Old Egad's neighbors?
To me, the evil twin seems a lot stronger.
I think that's right. The original seems useful if you've got some high value cards you want to keep around, but even so, you can't necessarily trigger it right away when you want to. You're just going to have to wait and hope that it dies before the cards that you want to keep safe. So seems not super useful.
Yeah, and in fact, your opponent can manipulate what cards are adjacent to Old Egad anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's right.
This is nowhere near the value that you get from Defense Initiative or Imperium.
Correct. Yeah. All right. Well, that's Old Egad, Evil Twin. This has been Card Talk. Come back tomorrow for another look at another card.